I will record. Yes.
So, as far as I'm concerned, if we will think about transportation, so the meaning of transportation means it is a movement of people from one place to another, movement of goods from one place to another. That is the cause of transportation. So the thing when I think about transportation, first of all, I just think about the roadway, means roadways. That is what see, because usually I'm driving a car. Always I'm traveling by two-wheeler, sometimes four-wheeler. The second thing is that by airways, then the waterways, and if we will see that there are four modes of transportation, and in India it is quite satisfactory. But now, when I think about the positive points, there are some advantages as well as there are some disadvantage of transportation, right? Now we are living such a wonderful life due to because of transportation. Now there is a home to home delivery, things are coming at our door. So now what one can ask for in their life, if they are getting things just by on the everything is on the tip of their button, they are getting things at their home by sitting at home only. So we can see that the value of transportation, how it has impacted our life. The thing is that what I have seen that due to because of this transportation, but sometimes you can see about weather. If you will see, if you will think, consider another situation. If there is a flood, if there is many times you just stuck up while in between the road, because of we are traveling by road, 80% of the traffic, 80% of our transportation is happening by roadways, right? Even if in Mumbai you will see that then 80% of the transportation is just by railway. So this is how it is changing by the geographical position where one is living. It is changes the mode of transportation. So I have seen that whenever in Pune, whenever there is a flood, we cannot travel. So that is the disadvantage what I have seen. Sometimes due to these calamities, we are not able to pick. Yeah, everything is just stopped. At that point, when there is a lot of rain, you cannot travel 3, 3, 4 hours. You just stuck up in between the road. So that you can also consider this point, as well as the third point. If you will see that if in somehow if it is stopped in between somewhere, I think that there is not a, still we need to regulate it. Still we need to take 100% control over this kind of a particular situations. We need to work on it. If you will see that even though you are traveling by roadways, see there are so many accidents are happening, right? You can see the situation of the road. Every now and then you can see that the condition of the road is not much good, right? See, we are every one of us are facing such kind of situations in their daily life. But if you will think about advantages, then yeah, I can see that it has made our life beautiful, wonderful, very easy. There's so many facilities now we are getting in terms of food, in terms of health, in terms of everything. If you will see that now you are living a life like a king, right? So that is just because of this transportation, communication is happening very fast. It has helped us. There is economical development due to transportation. Now, if you can see, there is agriculture development, right? Because of transportation, they can easily get available. Even those farmers, they can bring their food into the capital city. They can sell their product as is very easily. So I can see the benefit is there, as well as you. If in terms of disadvantages, you can see that the rate of petrol is rising so high. You must consider these points, all right? Because in our day-to-day life, we cannot live without transportation. We need to go to our job. We need to go, you have those healthcare facilities. We need to have that particular food, right? So now transportation is an integral part of our life. We cannot live without transportation. Somewhere I feel that the people, those who were in history, they were very independent, even though the transportation was not developed as it is today. But still, those people were living a very healthy life due to this transportation. Now what we are facing this global global warming. I can say that it is just due to population. These are the some things that we are facing nowadays. So as there are advantages, there are disadvantages too. That is what I think. That is my opinion.
Yes. So actually, you have spoken, but I would like to give you some feedback about your spoken English. And because this is the feedback is for everybody, because everybody is a common. One round is over now. So this is the feedback of the the first round. The main thing is that whatever I have observed, that the repetition. So avoid repetition, specifically the Rani ma'am has in terms of, she has used it in terms of 3 times. It's very good that you are using fluency phrase, but avoid using same fluency phrase in terms of 1 time. That is okay. And the second thing is that the right, you have used right 3 times. So you just once is spoken right, okay, that's it. Avoid repetition. And you have said that because you have used 3 to 4 times because. So there is we have already a very good fluency phrase for this. Is because
Yeah,
don't
in
use
the
because.
absence of.
By the virtue of. That is the because. So don't use the simply that the by the virtue of. And you have also said that due to is 3 times. Don't use due to. Change by the virtue of. And in the light of, you have, even though you have used very nicely, even though it's very nice. So overall, it's very good attempts, but this is the issue. And specifically, I am very happy that you have not committed any grammatical error. Okay, so now let's move further. And the biggest challenge, specifically, as far as the accident is concerned in India, every single day, there are hundreds and hundreds of accidents is happening across India. It's very, very panic. It's very bad. In my own local geographical area, in my own home district, there is not a big district. There is not so much transportation. Still, every single week, we have one bad news. So now the question is how to avoid these kind of accidents. What suggestion do you have? Yes, Apoda ma'am.
In order to avoid accidents, I think metro rail will help a lot in using in reducing the traffic or the use of personal vehicles. So as it carries a lot of people, and it's also a secure mode of transport. So if the metro rails are introduced in all the cities, that will help so people to use personal vehicles, and that will help in reducing accidents. Second thing is that there should be a separate lane for walking or cycling. If somebody wants to walk down, then it should not be mixed up with the main road. So there is another point. And buses, there should be, provide more buses so that people can utilize, they should prefer, going by buses instead of using their personal cars. That will also help in easing the traffic, and then will help in the easing the traffic. And the next I would like to suggest is that they can use the share ride. If some people are going, nearby people, they're staying nearby and they're going to the same office, they can share their, cars. So each one of them can use their cars and for alternate days, and then that will also help a lot. So yes, that's all. So thank you.
Okay, overall it's good attempt, but still there the main question was got missed somewhere. How to avoid accidents, control accidents. Okay,
And then the traffic system should be more improved and developed. So that will also help a lot.
yes. Okay, so ma'am has covered points. So please, the next buddy, please don't repeat that topic. Just keep something more. Yes, Mr. Gupta.
Yeah, in my opinion, there would be certain points which can take in action by the government or by the public as well. Like if we say the first thing, why transportation is required? What is the requirement about the transportation? So suppose for commuting to offices or traveling to other cities for enjoyment, entertainment or enjoyment, touring or tourists, or some personal or official works. So actually, if a person is moving or traveling to another cities or another places in the city, these type of requirements are there, official or personal. This type of requirement could be reduced. So this Corona COVID-19 learned us a very good lesson that things could also be possible work from home. Why you are unnecessarily commuting the office? If you see in the metro cities, I think in my case, around 4 to 5 years in Mumbai, I traveled, and the traveling time was around 4 hours per day. 4 hours per day. So this is not special. This is a common things in Mumbai, even I think almost in other metro cities also. But this now after post-COVID, many companies realized that many work could be done by the work from home or by the nearest office locations. है ना? So many offices they have a chain of offices in the same city. So why you need to go suppose from Thane to Dadar or Thane to BT? Why you need to go to BT? You can attest with the nearest office and do the formalities. So the requirement should be reduced because requirements is increasing high and high and high. Now, as per there are mode of transportations available, and cost wise is also available, less cost to high cost. But people is also increasing their requirement. Sometimes people unnecessarily they are traveling. Because they have a means of transportation. Like suppose if I have a car and so in Delhi I should take a car outside even for 5 to 10 kilometers something. It is my just hobby. So these type of things should be avoided. So that there could be other means about reducing the requirement or unnecessary requirement, or the things could be possible by nearest location or work from home or commonly. Or yeah, so somebody mentioned about the group sharing taxi or say or public transportation. So these type of things can also be come and reduce the requirement of the number of the trips, means number of vehicles trip instead of number of passengers. So this is also very good concept. So if the numbers will be less, accidents should be less. I mean that is a directly proportionate to these two parameters. Now the second thing, why accidents are there? Because in our we have a very mode of transportation, but we don't have that much of space in the roads. है ना? If you see compared with the Europe countries, there is a mandatory distance between two cars are 2 meters. It's a mandatory 2 meters distance should be between two cars, back to back. But in India, if you see this 2 meters of the distance, you can see 3 or 4 cars and more than 8 to 10 two vehicles. Especially all bike riders, they will come by zigzag and come and fill up all this space. So this is another the density of the vehicles, number of vehicles on the road. This is also main reason about these accidents, or this thing become the fatal accidents. Okay, so the third point about the awareness and the knowledge. So in India, we about getting the license is not a big deal. Getting the license is easy, even if a person is not meeting the certain standards, like a certain degrees, a certain training, or a little bit education knowledge, whatever is required. Even I have seen some people, they can also get the pilot pass or this pass by their not still they are not meeting the standards. Even a car, personal licenses drawing from the traffic department, everybody know. It's a very easy. If you don't want to go even for test also, your license can come at home after paying this bribe and entering the corruption market. So I mean, a license is not only for a piece of paper. A license should be certified that you have a good trainings, you have a knowledge about the traffic rules, you also have about a mental peace before driving, starting your vehicle. है ना? Mental peace matter, if you are in tension, why you are taking your vehicle and driving it? You may be hit to other person, other people will injured, died, and you will also be get injured or died. So this the third thing is the awareness and the knowledge. And the last point which I want to cover it, the controlling. In third point, we can say monitor. We can put under the monitor. Means all this could be the monitoring, close monitoring. What type of people are driving the cars or their vehicle, how they're driving, how could they may make more rules easily to the traffic and reducing the accident. Now the fourth thing is control. Control should always be good. If and a country like India, even I have seen in foreign countries, there is no control mechanism that much fast, that much hard, because they don't need to control mechanism. People are already civilized, already aware, and they already follow all rules. Even they are in a very hurry, but they will not cross the vehicles unnecessary. They will not go close to any vehicle. If suppose there is any pedestrian on the pedestrian lane, they will stop their vehicle beside, two meters beside. In our country, if there is no pedestrian lane, even if man is crossing by the pedestrian lane, still this person was honking and try to go ahead. So I want to come on the controlling. So in India, controlling is very poor, and then in that there is a lot of corruption in the controlling department, like a traffic control department. Traffic police is also too much corrupt, or very much interested about the bribe. And anyhow, India government put a very good rules, increase the penalties, even 3-4 times penalties are there, but public can't afford. One thing, poor public, they can't afford that amount of a penalty. That is good. So now always they will see the sideways. Suppose for helmet, no helmet. I think now penalty is 500 or more than that. In Delhi, it will be 2000 something. No helmet. Now, even the 500 is a big money. So what these people will try, they will try to pay 100 rupees or hardly 200 rupees and then get escape. Try to get escape from that position. But this traffic police should not do like this, because that is a control mechanism. And these people also set free after taking a small money. So people have a more motivations, more greedy. Oh, no, I will be safe. I don't will get a registered. I will complaints like that. So the controlling mechanism should be refined, and these people should have obey their moral duties, because from public side is also, we also try to give the small money and get safe from this complaining and other documentation or going to the court. But suppose if there's a big accident, and police has come there. I've seen police will also be instead of registering the case, they will try to get some money and set free to both parties. Or privately, they will clear the disputes, trying to disputes. So that thing should not be there. If there is an accident, then definitely it should be registered, and a person whose mistake is there, the action should be taken there. Like in foreign countries, if you have a two major accidents, your license will be cancelled for lifelong. So in India should also be there, and especially drink and driving cases are in Mumbai. You have seen drink and driving cases in main Mumbai. But every month average you can get one or two events, like Amir Khan or Shah Rukh Khan, who is still there in hit and drive case since last 12 years or 15 years old case. Still case is going on. What so this type of controlling if here, then people will not have a fear factor. People will not have a fear factor, then they will show the casualties and laparwahi, casualties on the road and the driving time. And definitely accident will numbers will be increased. And there would be fatal accident and people will be injured. And in the last, they could be died or killed in roads also. Thank you.
Yes. So actually, you have overall it's very good attempt. But one thing is that the whatever you have observed, you actually the repeating some points you have repeated. First thing. Second thing is that one thing you have said that is that take action. Take action. So government should take action. That is actually the take into account, take into consideration. Government should take into consideration about this point. So instead of saying you have to take action. Okay, so overall it's a very good attempt, very nicely. And I would like to just use some fluency phrases and just speak in the brief. It's nice, you have lots of idea. And you can speak at a length, it's very good. You are avoiding your grammatical error. But the only thing is that you speak to the point. Clarity. Clarity is missing somewhere still. Yes, overall it's very good. Yes, Advocate Chirag.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. So I agree on the other point. Sir, actually the 100% solution is very tough, but we can solve this accidents problem somehow because of we needs the, I think the mostly the main reason of the accident is the overspeed. Somehow overspeed is main, and now the government settled the CCTV camera in some city. I think in Gujarat, I think Ahmedabad and in Mehsana also somehow the if the persons drive the over the 60 speed, the e-challan come to the home of the fine 500 rupees. So somehow we can solve this problem. And the second reason is the mostly for accident is the strict law implementation, application of the strict law, lack of application because of in Gujarat, the government amended the if minor catch from the driver, any vehicles minor, the parents should be fined of 25,000 rupees. 25,000 rupees is my daughter. Suppose my daughters drive the vehicle. My daughter is in 10th and the 15 years. And if suppose my daughter drive the vehicles and catch in the by the police, so I have to I have to fine 25,000 rupees. But the government, if what's the problem that the government if apply to the law strictly, then the people criticize the government that we are poor, we cannot pay the fine. So I agree on that point of the Gupta sirs, Aditi Gupta sir, that the awareness is main thing. So we should spread the awareness of the over speed, don't do over speed and negligency, and we should not give the vehicle to minor. I think that's it. Thank you.
Yes, very well spoken. Very nice. Yes, Rani ma'am.
In order to avoid accidents, there are some precautionary measures that one can take. The first thing is that many people, they have a hero. We need to work on mindset of the people. When some rule breakers, they have a mindset of a heroism. Whenever they break rule, they feel like they did an act of a heroism. They feel like a hero. Many times when they increase the speed of the bike, that time also they have that feeling that they are extraordinary, they are doing something. They feel just like hero. If we will change this mentality, this attitude, it is a psychological attitude. We need to work on it. We need to, one person, he must cherish his body as well as he should think of other lives that are also traveling along with him. He should take the responsibility of his own life as well as the other people, those who are traveling along with him. When he will come to know that he can buy anything in this world, but if accident will happen, he cannot buy a hand, he cannot buy a leg. For whole his life he will lead a life of a cripple. When deep down inside that particular person, his heart, if he is aware of this thing, I think this person will drive safe and slow. So one must, every father, mother, they should also supervise their children. They should tell them, Yeah, this is how that supervision is also necessary. We can cultivate younger generation's mindset, right? Due to lack of maturity, people take wrong decisions. So we can work we can supervise those teenagers. The second thing is that better be safe than later be sorry. Better be safe than sorry, right? What one can do, he can always wear seat belts, he can always wear helmet whenever. He should not speak on a phone while driving, right? Phone is necessary. If there is an emergency, he should pull over to the other side of the road, and then he can speak with that concerned person, then he can attend that emergency. So the thing is that whatever I have seen, that the third thing, if other things we will take into consideration, then we can see that proper servicing. We are not service our vehicles properly on time. It is also necessary. If you will maintain your vehicles, right, time to time servicing will also help you to get a better quality of yours in terms of speed, in terms of progress. You can go easily, smoothly. So this is how it will also help you to avoid unavoidable disasters or unavoidable untoward incidents that will happen in that particular life. So they must maintain their vehicle properly. And the thing is that they should not abide the safety rules. That is the thing that I can say that. And one must limit their night driving, because what I have seen, whenever I'm driving at night time, I have seen that that light is really flashing on my head. When I just went blank and my eyes, I cannot see anything at all. So we must use dim lighting. Even I feel many times, if the tree lanes is not available, then that time it is really impacting. It is a huge impact on your eyes. So sometimes you miss while traveling because you are in a speed. So somewhere I feel that when, if you are traveling from Pune to Bangalore or Pune to Goa, that time it is truly difficult. So one must limit only till 8 p.m. I will do the driving, but later I will not drive. So this is how some rules and regulation that person should follow. That is what I feel. That is my opinion. That is my suggestion. And if I will see that, one must be aware of weather conditions, right? If he have a better knowledge of weather condition, he can avoid untoward incidents, breakdown of his vehicle in unavoidable circumstances like landsliding, because sometimes this kind of things are also happening. If he is pretty aware now there is too much of raining is going on, then he should avoid going there. He should avoid the traveling. So this is how we can save ourselves. Yeah, so I want to tell everybody that we must develop right kind of attitude when we are driving, and we can give this right attitude to our children, our younger generation, so that they can lead a safe and happy, wonderful life. That's it.
Yes. So overall, it's a very nice attempt, very good attempt, and you have covered all aspects. You have given five ideas, but actually the two ideas were quite similar. There was a repeating, but it's okay. And one thing is that is you are repeating. That is again 4 to 5 times you have repeated. That is, so use some synonyms instead of that is. There are lots of synonyms, so use it. And okay, overall it's a good attempt. Okay, now we just conclude this session. So how you would like to conclude today's session and today's topic? Yes, Aparna ma'am first.
So in order to conclude this on transport system, I feel that more vehicles should be introduced for the handicapped, paralyzed, or the blind people. And there should be lanes, separate lanes for walking or cycling. This will help the environment also. This will help the traffic. And our inland transport system is not fully developed. That should be developed. And also there should be a check on drink and drive. So there should be proper check. I mean, proper monitoring of rules, and the over speeding also should be checked. And the last point I would like to say is that everyone should wear seat belts, wear helmets, and should not attend to phone while driving. Thank you.
Yes, nice. Yes, Mr. Gupta.
Yeah, sir, I think Aparna ma'am mentioned all points. On the top of all these points, I can suggest something. One thing about all these licenses, whatever government is issuing, they should be re-verified, because many people have a licenses when technology was not there and a lot of fraud was there. So all those things will be re-verified, and the check if a person is really required or really have a fitted all these standard. Second thing about this monitoring and controlling. The government should improve monitoring part and then controlling part also. They should not give any relaxation, even because person, even a traffic officer or police officer, he should think about the same thing in their cases also. Yesterday, if there is if an accident is happened yesterday, their children or their kinsmen could also be there on the road and lying for the death due to these gunda people, these bad people driving. So, this type of awareness should be there, provided to all these officers. Anyhow, these cases are where the people are injured, or hurted, or killed. Or in these cases, people should be very strong. All officers should be very strong. Anyhow, there is a bribe, corruption, that's a different thing. But because tomorrow your son, your people can come there. So and now the technology is there. People, the government should use all this technology in a ground level, not only at a metro cities or a big systems. Big system is a big chain of system. No, high chain of the system. That technology can be rolled out at a ground level, in the public level, or in the rural areas also. So people, so by the fear of only for example CCTV cameras or speed breaker, speed meters, checkers, the people could be fear, and they will be enforced themselves. They will be enforced themselves to avoid the rules, traffic rules. Thank you. Thanks, Allah.
Yes, nice. Yes, Advocate Siraj.
Yes, sir. Firstly, I would like to that today's topic was good, and secondly that all participants explained very well. And lastly, I would like to suggest that we should follow the traffic rules. Somewhere sometimes we miss, and we should try to spread awareness about the traffic rules. And by this way, we can avoid the more much accidents levels. And thank you, sir, giving me a nice opportunity for the speaking. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Yes, Rani.
Really, I appreciate that today's topic is really wonderful, and it is necessary for us to again and again refresh these things, so that we will also follow these rules and we will create awareness. So thank you so much for such wonderful topics, Mr. Gyan. And I would like to conclude it as, if one person, if he will think responsible for his life and others' lives as well, then slowly but surely, automatically change will come. If we will take the initiative, I think slowly, surely, world will change, and government should implement strict rules. They should take hefty fines. Somewhere, slowly but surely, that discipline will come. Even India will become a country where people are following discipline, and somewhere I feel that while giving training programs, government should government should give. Actually, right now I haven't seen, whenever I have learned car driving as well as even two-wheeler driving, later I didn't join any consultation or any lecture why I need to follow the rules. Nobody ever told me. Only one awareness was there. If I will do any mistake that time, my body may get harmed. So that was the only awareness was there. Somewhere I feel that we must train all those students as well as the people why it is necessary. If such training programs will also help everybody to get aware why they are responsible for others' lives as well. Slowly but surely, I think I'm looking forward that this change will come into everybody's life. Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
many times even government, you can see that technological glitch will always be a part of this. Many times signal system is not working. That time you are the one, only your real conscious, your ethics, your moral responsibilities, your moral principles will work at this time. If you feel responsible, still you will wait. Patiently, you will go ahead. You will prefer safety over everything instead of fast driving, right? Because nowadays everybody is in a hurry. They don't think their lives as well as even their family is waiting for them. Sometimes we do forget that. Sometimes we are in stressful condition. I understand that we are human beings. We cannot keep control on ourselves sometimes. But still, I think I will urge everybody to take control of their emotions, to take control of their self, and everything will be means everything will fall into its place. That is what I feel.
okay, okay, so very nice. So it was a fantastic discussion. I really enjoyed listening to everybody's point. So, okay, so we are closing to this session. For tomorrow's topic, we have fashion. Fashion. Tomorrow's topic is fashion. Fashion.
Okay, sir.
Okay, we are
Yes.
closing this session. Okay, good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good luck. Thank you very much.